Welcome back. Well, as I mentioned, we have Jeff Parker here who just came off of a weekend. Hopefully you had some nice relaxation.
Well, it was nice to celebrate Easter with family. We kind of did it like you did, a Zoom. So we Zoomed in with my daughter and a couple of my sisters up in Seattle. So that was kind of fun and relaxing from that perspective. And I hope everybody had a safe and happy holiday.
Well, hopefully to you too. So tell us what you've got going on. There's a variety of different things that I mentioned.
I do. I've got a list of some. I just wanted to go over the COVID-19 report from Orange County, the one that's up on the website right now. Okay. They have 1,277 cases in Orange County. Unfortunately, cumulative deaths at 19 now for the county. In Laguna Woods, still just reported as 7 cases. And again, I just wanted to mention that's Laguna Woods, the city, not just the village. So our numbers are not reportable for just the village. Unfortunately, I can't give you that because we don't know that.
Right.
But at least the numbers are still small, which shows that everybody in the community is doing a pretty good job of their social distancing requirements.
Exactly. And from looking at the reports this weekend in general, it seems like the numbers are slightly going down for everyone. So we certainly hope that does continue.
We certainly do. I mean, it is kind of the scary time right now because everybody that's reporting from Los Angeles, San Francisco, and the state is that the next 2 weeks are going to be the real critical ones for California.
Right, right. Now, in regards to that, I mean, the numbers, we do have them available to us by looking at OCHealthInfo.com as well as some things from the CDC. But your website, you know, your website is updated on a regular basis too.
Right, and as you know, we went to the MicroWeb website, which connects when people go on that link, and we have more information, not just numbers, but also recommendations, TV6 dialogues that have been on there. So we have a lot of information there that, with regards to COVID-19, I think if you go to that website, you'll be pretty informed with regards to what's going on in the county and especially here in the village.
Right, yeah, we're just showing it now. And yeah, you've really done a nice job of being, I like the fact that you have like a micro website now, because I think trying to go through the other stuff just to get to this pertinent information was probably too much, and that's good that you just go to one-stop shop.
That's what everybody seems to be liking from that perspective.
Good, good, great.
Yeah.
Now, I did mention that today was the first time that people will be required to wear the masks in transportation. Tell us how that's going to work.
Well, as we indicated last Friday, based on the concerns and the regulations that were being promulgated through the state and through the county, we made the decision to require people who are riding our public transit, which is our bus system, to wear masks. 2 reasons for that. One, to protect everybody going outside needs to have protection on in the sense of masks. Secondly, because we have bus drivers who are helping these people out, we want to make sure that our drivers are protected and not transmitting any kind of virus to either a customer or back to their own individual co-workers or families.
Right.
So we're trying to make sure that we're protecting each other the best we can. So we decided to mandate this. It starts today. Our drivers are well aware of the recommendations, and so now they're going to be talking to anybody. If somebody is at a bus stop this morning who didn't get the notice, and we sent it out in the blast, and we have it posted on all of the buses, but we'll run into that one or two that didn't hear about it. We'll have some additional masks to pass out on the buses for this week until we get all the word out to everybody. And it's a small group. It's here in the village, there's a lot of riders, but yet it's a close-knit group. So we think that'll help.
Well, yeah, and then people may not be riding transportation as much as before because now they're really not traveling as much.
It's gone down. It's gone down, but we have core riders that are getting up in the morning and riding it to go over Stater Brothers. Our commercial routes are still probably the most active, and we understand why. They need their goods and services, so they're using that for the critical transportation.
Exactly. All right. And let's talk about masks. I mean, as a whole, we had a discussion last week about masks and that there were people who were donating masks and participating. You have some people that you'd like to give a shout out to.
Yeah. John and Julie Lee, they from the Chinese Association and membership there, they donated 2,000 masks to our organization for our staffing needs. which is an amazing gift from them. So I want to shout out to John and Julie for doing that. Appreciate their assistance and knowledge that our staff is critical to continuing our operation here. So again, a big thank you. And what's happening now is we're getting word out that a number of groups are starting to facilitate that, whether it's for masks for the people that live in the village. I mentioned Friday that the foundation had bought some sewing machines that they're going to get out to some of our sewing club, and they want to make masks for the community. So we're working on how that's going to get made and disseminated to everybody, and if there's going to be a cost associated with it or if it's going to be free, but how maybe it's going to be just a donation back to the foundation. But the idea is starting to get a groundswell here of people helping people, and I think that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it's been great. We had social services on last week, and they have so many resources now that people do want to help. So it's wonderful how the whole community, like you said, has come together and is really helping our residents. So kudos to everybody who's been participating.
Absolutely.
Now, speaking of residents and participation, the census, our numbers are awesome.
Yes, I wanted to mention that. I haven't personally talked about it in a little while, but as you know, the U.S. Census is out there amongst us that people are asking to fill it out online this year. There are some that are receiving it hard mail, but we want to keep that activity going. And certainly the village has stepped up once again. Stats from last week was that at state rate of 45% collection rate so far with regards to the census, but not the village. The village has really stepped up, and we're at 67.2% response rate already from the village. So we just want to encourage people to continue to fill those forms out, go online, call if you need help and that assistance. And I know you have some numbers and some information website.
Yes.
Just want to congratulate the village for stepping up. It's pretty amazing that 67% response rate already, but it's real important because there's federal money that comes from this, and the city of Laguna Woods and the village ultimately is benefited by a better number count for our community.
No, and I was going to ask you to explain that because people may wonder, but our numbers today for Laguna Woods Village are based on how long ago?
Well, the 2010, when you look up on the website for COVID-19, you'll see a Laguna Woods number of 16,000 something. That's because that's the 2010 census number. Right. And we know that just in the village alone, we have more population than that. So that's why it's so important to have this census information as much detail as we can present and in as many numbers as we can present. Right. And the most accurate information will help the village in the long term.
Perfect. Well, good. Well, yes. So we'll keep pushing that until we get to 100%.
That would be great.
Okay, good. And then one last thing, the virtual meetings. I know we already had a virtual meeting for GRF, and now we're going to do it again tomorrow. Tell me how that will be set up and what people can do. Again,
GoToMeeting.com is the organizational structure that we're using, and then you'll be, if a resident is watching that, they'll be able to watch it on TV6 because you'll be doing that live. And then we'll also have the ability to email and telephone in and take that input and then give it back to the board members as they're deliberating their meeting. So it starts at 9:30 tomorrow for United, and this will be our second go at our big meetings. And first one went real well, so we're anticipating the same thing with United tomorrow.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you for keeping up with all of that. I think it's certainly a sign of our times right now. Who knows what will happen going forward, but nonetheless, you guys have really done a good job of embracing technology.
It's been a challenge, yet it's been really productive because what we've been able to do is keep the village working. Good. And that's really what it comes down to.
Right, and I know beforehand we were talking about, how folks are really struggling not being able to have a job, so thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
All right, and thanks for all the information. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Sounds great, thank you.
All right. And remember, you can participate with your census that you should have gotten in the mail about a month ago. Go inside, open it up, and you will be able to follow the instructions, or you can go to our website right there, 2020census.gov. We'll be right back.